So you want to learn how to cook a shrimp étouffée? Stick with me, Couillon. I'm about to learn you something.
All right, let me show you what I got going on right now. I got some onions I'm about to chop. I got some celery, and I got 3 bell peppers in there, and I'll eyeball that celery in a minute. But I'm going about 1 to 2 on the bell pepper and celery to the onions. Bell pepper and celery, same amount. Onions, I want twice as much as those. I got my pot, heavy bottom pot. I got my big cast iron. Getting it warmed up over here on low. Cause I'm about to make my roux. And if you like me, and onions make you cry, and you happen to be a chemistry, and you gotta have your goggles for lab, then that's about to go on my face because I'll start bawling and boo-hooing. All right, so after you start sweating from your eyes, you've chopped enough onions. As you can see, I got a whole biome going on up in these goggles. Man, onions just get to me. But there's my bowl, full of the Trinity, no Pope in it yet. Green onion and parsley is gonna happen at the end, but we about to start on this roux. My pot is hot. I'm about to get some oil and show you what we're doing. All right, pot's hot. I done put it on really low. It's kind of too hot, but we putting 1 cup and a quarter of vegetable oil. You want to use a high smoke point oil. A lot of people use peanut. This is vegetable. You don't want to use olive. In my experience, you don't want to use olive. And you don't want to use butter for this either. And what we about to do, that oil is going to get hot, which is just a thin layer covering the bottom. Ain't going to take that long at all. And we're going to get 1 cup and a quarter of flour. And we're going to mix that up. All right. I got a 1 cup and a quarter of all-purpose white flour. And we're going to stir this all in. You can use a whisk. I'm using this little paddle right here. Let's see if y'all make sure you can see this. And make sure you get it all. You want to get all these lumps out of it. And you're not going to want to stop stirring. You're going to want to do this on really low heat. I've actually turned mine off to make sure this does not burn. Because the last thing you want is for this to burn. If this burns, you got to restart completely. Do not continue with your étouffée. That's it. You got to throw this out. And then we're just going to keep stirring this. I'm going to turn my heat up just a little bit. Just a second while I turn this off. Because I'm going to stand here and watch it. Making a roux is a labor of love. It's the base of this. It's the base of gumbo. You got to be able to make it if you want to cook like that. And the more love you put in it, the better it's going to be. All the flavors build off of this. All right. Update on my roux. I don't know how long it's been, but now it's 1 o'clock. I got the heat back right there. It is not burnt. My pot is just not in great shape. That is like little flakes chipping off my pot. But I'm stirring pretty continuously. You can see kind of those darker spots in there. Let it sit for just a second. And then you go make sure nothing's on there. Scrape it all up really good. And then I'll sit here and I'll watch it. And you see how all these circles kind of start coming. You see the little bubbles start pumping up. And then I start. That's what I've been doing this whole time now. So we getting closer. I don't go as dark for an étouffée as I do a gumbo. A gumbo is a really, really, really deep, dark brown. An étouffée, I go lighter than that. That's ideally what I do. The honest truth is a lot of times I get too lazy and I get too impatient and I get tired of fooling with it. Because you do got to block out like an hour of time just sitting here watching a pot and stirring it whenever you decide to do this. Of course, your other option is just to buy roux out of a jar. But I try to avoid that option, considering it's just flour and oil, and I like doing it. You just sit here and watch it. Alright, it's been 10 minutes since I last checked in. It's coming along. It won't be much longer. I'm going to call it done. It's about right where I want it, or it's not as long as I can take this. I'm ready to get that Trinity in there. But I don't think I ever explained what the roux is. Besides just giving it the color, the roux is your thickening agent. Is what it's going to do. And of course, like I said, I know I said that all the flavors build off of this. Eat it by itself does not taste good, but once you get everything going with it, it is absolutely necessary. Alright, I decided I'm letting this sit one more time. I'm going to start one more time, and the Trinity is going in. Let's see what it does. Whenever you're doing this, you ever think, man, I wonder if it's time to stir? Just stir. Don't think, just stir. You ain't never gonna go wrong by stirring. You can definitely go wrong by not stirring. But first of all, let's make sure I don't lose my spoon. Let's go in with that Trinity. I'll get the rest out when I put this phone down. Get it all mixed in there. Hey, look, I can see a little bit better. Camera work ain't the best. I do apologize. Put this on TikTok, get famous. Then I'll get a family member record it for free. Ha! Alright, and now I'm about to add some garlic and get the rest of it out the bowl, put the lid on it. We're going to cook this down for a little while. Alright, it's what we're looking like right now. You can see as these vegetables cook down, they're releasing a lot of moisture. You can see how this roux has turned into what it was to, oh gosh, you done fogged up. Let's see if we can fix that. A little better. You can see what it's kind of looking like. I did add a splash of some chicken stock in there. And we're going to be adding chicken stock into it once we get these cooked down some more. But seafood stock would be ideal. You save your shrimp heads and do a stock just like you would for chicken. At least that's how I do mine. I save all my peels and my heads. Boil it down. All your herbs, onions, celery, all the good stuff. Make a stock with it. Put that in your étouffée. But I don't got that right now. And I can go to the store and get chicken stock. So I didn't make none of that either. That's what's about to go in here once he's cooked down a little bit more. Alright, so I've added some chicken stock to it now. I kind of let it burn because I was eating lunch. And I was very focused on my lunch. But that is okay because it will live. It don't matter that it's burnt now. There's just the vegetables that kind of got stuck to the bottom. Out of that chicken stock, they pulled right off of it. But you kind of see them floating around like right there. But like I said, it will live. And I can't really describe what this consistency is like. You kind of just go, I say you add it to you like what consistency it is. And also probably go just a little bit thinner at first than what you like. It ought to thicken up just a little bit. And keep in mind, we ain't added our shrimp in here yet. So it's just going now. I'm gonna let it simmer for a while. And all these little vegetables, these onions and celery, the garlic. Well, garlic's already cooked out. But the bell peppers, they'll finish cooking down and stuff. And it's gonna be good, good, good. So, forgot to mention at this point, gonna throw a couple bay leaves in there. We go ahead and add a little seasoning in there too. I can't make this one too hot because Ashlyn's great grandmother's gonna be eating it too. But this is some Cajun two-step right here. But any Cajun seasoning really. I mean, it's like 2 gallons in this pot, close to it, so I ain't hurting it right now. Then I'll add some pepper in there, but I'll give this a stir. I'll let it simmer down for a while. I'll give it a taste. Like I said, I like mine spicy, but I ain't gonna make this one too hot. I'll season my own after it's cooked. So I did not record myself doing it, but I brought this up to a bowl, and then I added my shrimp and ended up adding some crawfish tails in there too. So I have 4 pounds of shrimp and 2 pounds of crawfish tails, and this is a 3-gallon pot. We fogged up again, but this is a 3-gallon pot, and I don't know, I probably got about 2.5, 2.25 gallons in here by the time everything's added. So you want to add in your seafood very end, and then you just eat it over rice. And you put some butter on some French bread, eat it over that too.